Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be covering the patch notes for Apex Legends Season 23. These were just launched. I'm going to have them in the description down below, as well as the trailer that they just posted, because it is here. Little trailer right there. You guys can see the trailer. Sorry for the audio. I wasn't planning for that to be so loud. But here we are. So Apex Legends from the Rift gameplay trailer. You can check that out, and we're going to just go through all the patch notes and all the details. So if you haven't, I also cover some of the buffs and nerfs, which has some of the footage. That's also in the description down below, so you can check that out. So the first update is from the Rift. So from the Rift is Go Original, experience the beginning of Apex Legends again. Essentially, they want everyone to get the rush of the launch royale. I kind of wonder if that's why, this is my tinfoil hat theory. While they didn't really announce a whole lot, they wanted to kind of recreate the magic, maybe that's what they're kind of going for. So the big things that we're going to see here are Lifeline rework. We're going to see the launch of launch royale, so kind of OG Apex Legends. You'll get to see the new universal heirloom and much more. So let's talk about the new mode here, which is launch royale. Step back in time, experience where it all started. This new LTM draws for players original Apex Legends 2019. It's old school weapons, legends, abilities, so no evil armor, ability upgrades, just pure skill, just like the old days. Wow, I wonder if, like, does that mean like some movement tech will still kind of exist, like that maybe got patched or something? Anyways, I'm just kind of thinking about it. So if you're craving the old school Apex Legends, this is it. This is coming back, essentially. Now, Lifeline revived, or the rework, you know, have the video on it, you can check it out. So let's talk about some of the abilities. Some of it doesn't provide as much details as I thought. The passive, so you can hold jump midair to use a dock to briefly glide. So you deploy dock to revive teammates, leaving Lifeline free to defend. That's the same, but again, you get to fly through the air. And I'll showcase some of the footage here. The tactical dock heal drone as well is that you can assign it to somebody once deployed. Essentially, I mean, it moves quite fast. So again, showcase some of the gameplay. I might as well just real quick make your life a little easier, but there's the other video that has stuff too. Now, ultimate halo for dock is a new, it activates and it's impervious to bullets. It lets you heal inside it faster with, you know, flush heals, shield healing, all of that stuff, becoming really, now the top of the dome is exposed, but you become more of your offensive and defensive version of Lifeline. Just kind of, I think overall the update is really just catching Lifeline up and making her strong in the current meta, being more mobile, making sure she's in the fight, making sure she can counter other legends appropriately. You know, the care package of just loot just wasn't enough, and the Doc Halo is just extremely strong. Now, the upgrades have changed her perks because she doesn't have the care package. She can stack one extra battery and, you know, can see the count on death boxes. Can also extend the time by 1.5. Now, from the footage, it looks like it's around 4 seconds, so I assume this is probably 5.5 seconds. That's what I timed in the footage. That's my best guess. It maybe it's 3.5, but I counted 4. Now, as well, they increased the dock assignment range by 50%, or you can reduce the tactical cooldown by 10 seconds. So maybe this is kind of a nerf. I didn't know that until today, because you can't just have the tactical up all the time. I guess we'll have to see what the cooldown looks like. But there's not information on that here, which I find a little strange, to be honest. I was hoping for how long the glide was going to be. That's kind of odd for me. Rift relics. Here's another thing. Going back to more Titanfall lore and everything, Rift relics become unstable. Rift from the sky, creating a temporary tear in reality, provides contestants of the Apex games powerful new weapons and new survival slot items. Boost kits. Boost kits gives you that mobility, you know, of Titanfall, where you can be agile in the air, and this is for all legends. You can also grab the EPG-1 launcher with splash damage and rocket jump capabilities, unleash exotic hop-ups like life stealing, healing whenever you get a headshot. There's just a lot more diversity, and this is for pubs. This is not for ranked, this is for pubs. When you find these loot ticks, then you're able to enjoy whatever it is inside of them. So check them out, grab them. I would consider that high tier loot. Now, the support class is getting a ton of love this season. Every single legend outside of Mirage and Loba, which we'll talk about, which is interesting. Now, if you're a Loba and Mirage fan, they're from what I heard from the dev panel, that they are going to be releasing some changes. I guess they're not done cooking with it yet, or maybe they're spreading it out. I'm not sure. Now, the support class is going to be redefined, and it looks like they're trying to make it meta with new perks. So on top of the Lifeline buffs, this is pretty insane. So the heal expert It now provides full walking speed while healing. Everything that screams on my mind, bunny hopping, bunny hopping, bunny hopping. Oh my god, bunny hopping's back. That's literally what I hear. Healing amount from small meds is doubled. So your shield cells instead of 1 is 2. Instead of syringes only healing for half are now double. So that's insane. They also can revive 25% faster. So revives 4.5 seconds and grants health regen to their ally on a successful revive. The health regen restore an ally to full HP and can be cancelled by incoming damage. Support legends will also receive this health regen if revived. Ooh, that's insane. That is crazy. That's so crazy. The reset power, you know. Okay, so additionally, banner crafting and ally death boxes now spawn a mobile respawn beacon. Support legends can also see mobile respawn beacons inside of death boxes. So your support class truly is the way to reset. If you want to reset as a team, I think support meta is here. Crafting banners also will automatically take a mobile respawn beacon and an ally death box if possible. Will not replace a current survival item. Now this is, they didn't have it here, but they also mentioned how everyone could craft banners. We'll see if they have it later in the patch notes. Skill display improvements. Now this is interesting. This is what we're talking about in the buffs and nerfs, is that you're going to see the whole lobby and what the distribution is. So you know that, oh, okay, there's no master or preds in my lobby. You know that it's a fair and balanced lobby. So this is going to be huge. They said that they're going to bring this up in the future season for just regular matches. We don't know when. I hope it's soon, because we'll be able to really tell, am I in a sweaty lobby, or are people, for content creators, just farming bot lobbies? Is this lobby legitimate? Is it fair? Is it balanced? You could just take the screenshot, you know, talk about it on social media, talk about it on Reddit. And I think a developer, and their goal is to really be able to get more faster feedback so then they can improve the fairness of the game, which I think is great. Listen, I want transparency. I'd love to see this. If I'm the only, let's say, platinum or diamond, and I see nothing but pred, I'm like, what is this lobby? You know, the new heirloom we're going to cover as well here whenever it launches. Now, when I launch this patch notes, this is going to come out in just a couple of hours. So, you know, interesting this time around how the content is being distributed. So new heirloom, I've heard that this is, if you love the Wraith heirloom, the spinning animation, the flow of this is going to be next level. You're going to love this heirloom. So I'm excited to cover this. I'll cover this in a few hours for you guys. Now, and the reason I'm covering this is that shout out to, they wanted to remain anonymous, but shout out to the viewer who supported the channel and wanted to see coverage of an upcoming heirloom, and the decision was to, you know, cover this one. So I'm really excited to cover this one. This one makes a whole lot of sense. Okay, so balance updates. So better health state awareness and feedback. They added Voiceline for when players are low in health. They added Voicelines when players are low on shields. They added prompt to heal when players are low in health. Healing icon when off flash when players are low on HP. So more awareness feedback. Better ammo feedback out of Voicelines when you're running low on ammo, when you're in a critical state, or lowered position of the lowered the ammo prompt on the HUD, which is good, so it's not in your face. These both Voicelines on screen prompts can be toggled on or off. Oh, that's really good. I'm really happy about that, actually. They're going to continue to work around better providing awareness. So if these are overwhelming or you like them, you can turn them on and off. I think that's fantastic. So these are the weapon changes here. The devotion returns to the floor. The spin up time decreased. That makes sense. They also remove there's no turbo. The reverse fire tightens slower and is less accurate. And again, we mentioned the turbo slot is removed. The havoc enters the care package, improve hip fire. The magazine increased to 36. The damage increased to 19. It was 18, so that's a buff. The slick fire beam shot has a higher ammo consumption, deadly accurate, and devastating damage. We'll see. I've never been a fan of that, but we'll see how good it is. The gold weapon rotation is the Car, the Hemlock, L-Star, Longbow, and Mastiff. Next up, we have crafting stations. Yeah, there it is. I knew it. All legends can now craft banners. That's crazy. Now, loot bin reset. If a player is near a loot bin during the reset, the loot bin will now eject loot, even if that bin was not opened recently. That's good. Save on loot. Gold bins now spawn fewer pieces of gold loot. I guess it's fine. I mean, there was definitely a lot of loot in there. Mythic bin updates can now be tracked and pinged through walls more easily. Improved logic considering if you have a weapon there's already gold. Location is now announced before spawning. The timer is now reduced to 10. It was 11. Updated mythic bin icons are better clarity and consistency. So that's for just regular gameplay changes. Now, up to ammo and attachments. The hop-ups. Booster loader now activates at 0 ammo. I like that. That's good. Now it goes on the Sentinel. Wow, okay. Gun shield generator. Shield recharge cooldown decreased to 10 seconds was 12. Is that a buff? Wow, they buffed it. But they reduced the spawn rate. Time decreased to 10 seconds for cooldown? Wow, I mean, I feel like it was already pretty strong. Hammer point rounds, reduced spawn rate. So essentially, okay, my guess if you want to make it more special, sure. It just seems like it was already pretty strong. That's just my opinion. They definitely said that they felt some of the items were a little too strong. Now, L-Star EMG, which is buffed, damage increased to 18, was 17. Gold magazines now reduce the cooldown time more from purple mags, smoothed out cool-off animations. Yeah, I mean, I guess it makes sense. They mentioned how you never get the benefit of gold mags. It showed a little love. They improved the gold star, the gold mags on the L-Star, the gold star. Yeah, that's the name we'll call it. That works. And they've done some animation work just to feel smoother, so I'll take it. There's the longbow damage increased to 60, was 55. This one's crazy. This is actually a crazy buff. I mean, think of it this way. Vantage Sniper does 50 and then it does 100, but the rate of fire is slower. So technically, based on the damage per second, if you get a headshot and then you hit for 60, dude, I mean, they're also eliminated. Like, the longbow could be just as deadly if you're just accurate. P2020 akimbo based hipfire improved. So there we go. Rampage, the rev state, increased decay rate, reduced cost per shot, significantly increased energy capacity, and successfully charging up the Rampage with a thermite will also trigger a reload. Wow, they're also buffing the Sentinel here. Charging of the Sentinel with boosted loader equip will, within the activation criteria, will overload the next bag as though it were a boosted reload. Wow, that's pretty crazy. It makes sense. Increased energy capacity, increased energized total time, successfully charging with the Sentinel with a cell will also trigger a reload. Wow, that's crazy. That's busted. Wow. To make it really strong. Spitfire LMG increased damage by 1. So I was right on this. I wrote down in my notes. I just want to make sure. The Peacekeeper choke speed increased. The choke speed increased for the triple take. Fire rate also slightly increased. So both of these are going to, they said they feel a little slow in the meta, so they're going to buff them. Here are more. We talked about this. The Heal Expert, move full speed while healing. Small med double. Revive Expert, just a reminder, revive speed increase and revives grant HP. If you take damage, then it stops. The mobile respawns will spawn when crafting banners. Yep. So support legends are now the anchors of the team, which is interesting because I wonder where that puts controller legends. That's where I'm like really, really curious how this is all going to pan out. And let's see if they talk about mobile respawn beacons through Deathbox. Okay, they talk about the fact you can see them. There is also a note that they gave us that the mobile respawns will be able to be activated before even hitting the ground. I'm not sure if that's here, if I might be glossing over it, but that was a note that they gave as well. We'll probably see it later. Conduit, Savior Speed, now works on allied deathbox and crafters when the banner can be retrieved. Now works on respawn beacons and mobile respawn beacons when carrying an allied banner. So this is more ways to move faster, but also works without minimum range limit on down allies. I mean, you could just race all the way to fallen teammates, which is insane. You are going to be so fast. Upgrades, Bat Pack, in addition to the extra battery, this upgrade shows the number of batteries counts in death boxes. Conduit across the board. They mentioned the speed was supposed to be a little longer. Maybe this is what they meant by the speed being longer. That's why they didn't give us a time. Maybe I misinterpreted when they were talking about that in the dev panel, but I interpreted it as in the timer was changed, and I guess this is where it changed. Right here, that line. So this really brings up like the savior of the team and has a lot of mobility for Conduit. It's really cool. Crypto, surveillance drone now takes ring damage, 10 damage per tick. Wow. So off the grid, looks like players within 20 meters of crypto will now be able to spot a faint cloaking, flickering effect every 1.5 seconds to help identify hidden cryptos. Cloaked audio range and volume has been increased. So this is off the grid to bounce so people aren't just hiding in their drone doing nothing. So Gibraltar, buff, buff, buff. Here, this is what we're talking about. You ready? So Gibraltar bubble cooldown reduced to 17 seconds. Yes, you heard that right. 17 seconds. It was 30 seconds. It can no longer be destroyed as well by Crypto EMP or Maggie's Wrecking Ball. That's insane. At upgrades level 2, Fresh Start is removed. They also removed the shots removed. Big Brother increased ultimate radius by 20%. New Fast Shotty moves faster with shotgun and reload shotguns on knocks. So you can essentially either get Big Brother or you can move faster like Bad Maggie. The upgrade bubble, baby bubble, now reduced to 12 seconds was 25. Wow, that's insane. That's crazy. That's like up, like off, always up off CD. That's crazy. What? Wow. So you do have the choice. I didn't mention that these are perks on my video, so I apologize for that. I misinterpreted that they were perks, but still, I mean, hey, it's there. That's insane. A lot of versatility. That's insane. Horizon. So the change is that they can see the battery count as well. This is just remove just seeing the battery count. They can do both and also stack an extra battery. Mirage. The health bars no longer show during ultimate to give away the real Mirage. They also removed Miracle Worker, and they gave them the battery perk as well, because they don't need this because they have that as their support class. So just, I guess, giving them something a little extra if they need it. The mobile shield no longer takes damage. This is Newcastle buffs. Can now be repositioned even when Newcastle is down. Now, the Retrieve the Wounded. Revive HP tier increased by 50%. Wow, so every shield can be increased by 50% there. Upgrades level 2. Thick shield removed. Hero's Hustle, which increases your revive speed. Now, as well, with level 3, Newcastle HP increase to 500. Wow, that was doubled. I missed that note. You can choose that, or you can choose the Ultimate Savior, which grants regeneration, kind of like Watson, for 15 seconds. The damage will pause for if you take damage for 2 seconds. Won't begin regeneration until revived if downed. Well, this is pretty crazy. The buffs to Newcastle are insane. More versatility there. Okay, Revenant Forged Shadows will now regen up to 50 HP instead of instantly refreshing after a 3-second delay. So another nerf to Revenant. Watson's getting a buff here. We see revives allies faster, and with HP regen. So she's going to be the only one in the controller class that has this perk to kind of match a support legend. I appreciate that, because Watson, I don't want to be absolutely destroyed. So Launch Royale, so the modes that are coming. So this is where we see they've made some changes to retain a smoother experience. So original King's Canyon with POIs, original loot distribution, loot items. I don't know if that's a good thing. The loot distribution is pretty rough. Player drops with no equipment or healing items. Armor Evo. Okay, these are just what's coming, right? Sorry if you hear a lawnmower in the background. The timing is pretty rough, so I apologize. I don't want to get this video out as efficiently as possible. Legend changes. So this is no class perks, fortified perks removed. I mean, this is just saying going OG. Reintroduce being able to bunny hop while healing. Wow, for the OG mode. Wow, okay. They can jump indefinitely. This, like, they're really going back to OG. When they talk about OG, this is like everything here. I mean, the best way I can describe all these notes is like, just imagine the first version of Apex Legends. Ammo stacks and inventory has been changed to match. Helmet protection, everything. Everything. Wow, it's like, for the most part, they have everything here. I want to do the bunny hopping. I want to see how that feels again. Wow. Global headshot damage now 2x. Gold kitted weapons are restored. Hipfire reverted to as much tighter spread. Just, there's so much here. No laser sights, sniper magazines, energy magazine. This is going to be kind of interesting for people who never got to experience OG Apex. I'm not going to lie. They're going to realize that some of it was kind of rough in some areas. It's come a long way. So Straight Shot is coming back to include Rift Relics. These are the rotation dates. Trios, Revival. No duos from the looks of it. Rift Relics as well, the boost kits. So we have the ADS in the air while allowing the player to hover, keeping them afloat and steadying aim. So this is bringing back that Titanfall feel. Reactive Regen is also there. The Squad Heal, Nessie's, Void Reflex. This is kind of like the Final Fantasy event, but it looks like they're just more catered to, you know, Apex, in general. Relic weapons include bringing back the alternator with disruptor rounds, Launch Royale, Mastiff, the original L-Star, gosh, original Relic Spitfire, Relic Wingman with the Skull Piercer. Yeah, wow, that's gonna shoot real fast. Relic Prowler, wow, okay. Relic G7 with the Sniper Scope, let's go. 3030 with the original 3030 was insane. Player heals for a percentage of damage dealt to enemies and monsters. Wow, that's kind of crazy. And of course, the EPG-1, a single direct fire energy propelled launcher, kind of added some extra flavor in there. So these are the ranked maps. We got Broken Moon, Storm Point, and World's Edge. So it looks like E-District is out for ranked. Interesting. I would take Broken Moon and put E-District in, and then I would say this is like the perfect rotation. This is the mixtape stuff. Ranked, so ranked as well. I mean, we talk about the skill distribution. Some other changes as well as they lower the entry cost by 10. This is an error right here. This is supposed to be 75. I can tell because I was just ranking last night and it was 75 RP and it's now 65. So Platinum is now 45, Diamond is now 65, and Masters is now 90. So everything was reduced by 10 in terms of entry costs there. Disclosure of ranks, so we talked about that. So they want to make sure that the rank shows a true distribution. And they said they're looking at more matchmaking. So DirectX 12 is no longer beta compared to DirectX 11. I've been running it. Cursor should now naturally align. Tooltips. Everything seems fine for me. I've been using DirectX 12 for about, oh gosh, maybe a year now. Now, as well, players can expect higher resolutions and more stable frame rates, as well as increased model quality and performance of 120 Hz. So for those that are using the PS5 Pro, let's see here, bug fixes. All legends will now be unlocked for Bot Royale. Ballistics ult will now once again speed up the L-Star overheat animation. Fixed to players where they would retrieve an aim punch when in a heat shield when outside the ring. That was a bug? I mean, I got that a lot. I thought it was a mechanic at that point. A gun shield generator and arm shield should now respect the incoming direction of the projectile when deciding to deal carryover damage to the player. Okay. Low ammo indicators no longer display when inside Fight Night. Players will now be highlighted in the void when using PS5 performance mode. So bug. Big mods now stocking Akimbos and P2020s. Oh, quality of life, sorry. Mobile respawn beacons deploy much quicker. So I'm confused because I remember they said like you can do it in the air. So maybe it just means that it is just truly faster. I don't know. Maybe that's what they meant, so they can do faster plays. We'll see what that means. Newcastle wall improvement allow expanding the wall to curve more, reduce the case of wall ending early in some scenarios. Health bar versus smoke improvement, so they are fixing the health bars more, not only just for Mirage, but add a delay of to the destruction of the smoke volumes to better match the smoke dissipation. Makes health bars less visible. Slightly expanded the size of the smoke volumes to better match the smoke visual as well. So Battle Pass Retro Packs, new limited time pack containing Battle Pass items from a specific season. That's cool. What if we can get like the old audio packs? I want to get Watson's, please. Retro packs bringing back content from previously released seasons such as Raiders. Nice. Yeah. I kind of mess with that. Mass pack opening, player to option select pack type they want to open. Oh, that's kind of okay. Loophole browser, you clearly preview the possible loophole disclosure information. Okay. All right, no, that's good. So firing range, death boxes dead now spawn death boxes. Each player will only spawn one death box and previously one slot if only death occurs in short succession. This is kind of rough if you do a lot of 1v1s, because what if you just keep spawning in, there's like a horde of death boxes. Full combat hard dummies not option against hard full combat. The dummies are hard, huh? Oh, no, I'm just kidding. They take cover more aggressively and accurate shots and execute juke maneuvers. That's good. I kind of want to see how good they are then. Let's see how good these bots are. Nessie was a little late to trick-or-treating this year, but she brought a friend to make up for it. Okay. Well, if you guys enjoyed all the patch notes, I know this was a lot of information. It was a lot more than I thought. Somewhere I wish that was a little more color in terms of seconds of how long, if things were adjusted any which way. Guys, if you enjoyed the content, please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to be posting more content later today about the Heirloom. I'm going to cover that. I'm also going to be live streaming. I got some more shorts throughout the week covering all this. So if you enjoyed, thank you guys again. I'll see you guys all in the next one.